rather be alone in my zone writing poems. When I get in, I take a shower, read a book and feel empowered. Smoking on that sour got me counting down the hours, thinking of all the shit that they could do but won't allow us. Then I realized they all some cowards. The world is ours. Me and my brother twin like the towers, and we want it now, never later. No more favors, done with all these traitors who be haters on the low. They just hate to see you grow, so I'd rather be alone in my zone writing poems, cause I'm never on the road. And I'd rather stay at home, man. Life been moving fast lately, trying to get a grasp, and every day I'm mad lately. Never let it drive me crazy, you do this for my old lady, yeah.
They told us stay quiet, better close your lips. We never thought we'd get our chance to speak. So we just stay grinding, trying to hold our chips, and thank God for our chance to breathe. They told us stay quiet, better close your lips. We never thought we'd get our chance to speak. So we just stay grinding, trying to hold our chips, and thank God for our chance to breathe. So let us breathe in.
CX, you change, but a bunch of people feelings. Reaching for the top, and now I ain't got no ceilings. Pour me up a cup or two so it can stop the bleeding. Roll me up a spliff or two, and now I'm hella weeded, cause I'm feeling like I want it, but I don't know if I need it. Took a few L's, but that undefeated. Same shit, different day, why this so repeated? If we don't talk no more, it's probably cause I felt mistreated.
Hi, I'm Daniel Madison. Welcome back to this fine tutorial that is as fresh as a frozen sausage. This is SLAP, which is short for sausage lap, which is not short by any means. That's right, Charlie, it's not actually called sausage lap. This is simple lap, slap. And unlike Susan Sausage, this is short, simple, and I will be very quick. First, I'm going to teach you this with just one playing card, switching one playing card for another, and then we'll look at switching the aces for the kings. If you haven't seen my previous tutorial, please go and watch it now. It will help you with this tutorial, and it'll also help me out a little bit. So, we're going to have an ace of diamonds in a gambler's cup. Of course, Charlie, we couldn't get through a tutorial without a gambler's cup. You know this by now. So ace of diamonds in gambler's cup. We have the selected playing card on the table, which can be moved and handled freely. When we pick this card up and get it ready for the switch, it has to be facing the same way as the palmed playing card. So in this case, we've got the ace of diamonds face up. Therefore, I need to hold the king of diamonds face up in the same hand. So with that king of diamonds just covering up the palmed card, just like this, clipped to the side of finger one with my thumb, I'm simply going to turn that card down. It's going to look like I'm doing this, turning it face down onto the table like this. So we're basically just going to throw the king of diamonds over the edge of the table as we slide the ace of diamonds forward. From the front, that looks like I'm just handling one playing card, picking up one playing card and putting the same playing card back down, face down. But whilst doing that, we've managed to switch one card for another. So the ace is here, ready and waiting. The king is being handled normally on the table. I pick the king up and then I do this. Put that card down, slide it across a little bit. Now we can turn it over whenever we want to reveal a different playing card. I'll do this a few times so that you can see. Ace of diamonds here. King of diamonds is handled and moved on the table a few times. The king goes into our hand like this. When we're ready, we do this. Now that's just the bare basic simple mechanics. There's so much more to this than just throwing a card over the edge of the table as you put the other one down. A lot more to it, and it's all about your body language, your timing, and the way that you pace, the way that your arm is going to move. There is a marriage of movements between picking that card up and then putting it back down on the table smoothly. We are justified in the way we put that card back down because the card is face up and it looks like I've simply picked it up to turn it face down. In doing this, we've hidden the moment because the moment's happened, and as far as our participants are aware, this is still the same playing card. So for those people who think that this is a dangerous move, the move happens before the audience is even aware that anything is going on. This is a surprise. At the end, when you turn this over, you ask them to turn it over, that is the surprise. So they can't backtrack now. They saw you pick a card up and turn it face down, so they know that something happened, but trying to figure out what happened is going to be impossible if you did it correctly. So Madison, what do you mean by marriage of movements? What are you going on about? The way that you move your arm when you're picking a card up and putting it back down. everything has to be justified. You don't have to say it out loud, you don't have to spell it out for people, but you have to fill in those gaps, those fractures in the mind of the audience that they can't always fill in for themselves. When the card is here in our hand, nobody's looking at our hands at this moment. Nobody's aware of what's going to happen. We pick this card up. This is the perfect moment to show this card front and back, to show there's only one card there. But the way you're going to perform this, they're going to believe it's one card anyway, because they're going to be the ones dealing this card to you. Slowly move my hand back up, load this on top for a moment, hold it here. So in doing that, we're showing the back, the front, and I'm just turning it back face down as I step back. The move is done, we've stepped away, and magic is about to happen. Notice the pace, notice the body language, notice the way that I move. When I do this, I'm not rushing. I'm not German either. If you rush this, you'll end up in trouble. Right, Susan? If I rush that move, I'm leading them to the move. Right? They don't know that a move is going on. That's one of the beautiful things about not just this, but most magic tricks. So when I pick this up, when you're in this position, you're gonna feel very, very dirty, and you are. And it's a beautiful thing to stay in this moment as much as possible, because that will train you and train your body language and train you to understand where your participants' eyes are and how to control them, where to look. If I'm staring at my hands in this moment, they're gonna stare at my hands too. So when I pick this up, I'm looking at my audience, right? I'm not looking at this, because I don't need to look at it. If you were to just pick a card up and put it into your other hand, you wouldn't have to watch yourself do it. It's like, oh, where's my hand? Where's my hand? Oh, there it is. Thank God I got it in the right hand. Do you know what I mean? You don't have to look. So I'm casual like this. I'm going to pick this up while I'm talking, put it into my hand, put it back down, face down. I didn't look at any point. Well, I looked at the last moment when I pushed it forward, but I know that they're going to look at that moment because I've moved, so it makes sense for me to look at that too. Does that make sense? Because there's an action. At this point, there's no action. Yes, I'm lifting it up, putting it into my hand, but there's no big action. This is an action, so they're going to look down, but by the time they see the card face down on the table, nothing else in my hands, one playing card in play, pure magic. Nothing could have happened. If you rush at that moment, if you do this, you're drawing attention to it, you're drawing way too much attention to it, and you're causing problems with that card falling. We'll talk about that in a moment. There's so many beautiful things you can do with this. One, let's make a prediction. I'll take out 3 other cards, and those will be the 9. I've taken out 3 cards, I've put them here. I'm gambler's copping. Is that how you say it? I'm palming the 9 of clubs. Right, so that's palmed from the top of the deck. I've put these cards down already. Does this make sense? I'm losing my mind. I give them the deck, right, and I say I've taken out 3 playing cards. I've palmed off the 9 of clubs, face up, in position, ready. I've taken out 3 cards from the deck, 3 of a kind. To make 4 of a kind, I need 1 more card. I want you to shuffle the cards, actually go through them like this, and pick one that you like the look of. So let's go for the Queen of Hearts. Lovely Lana. Now, when they give me the Queen of Hearts, this leads me into a tiny bit of a story that can distract them from the move, because I've got 2 things now. 1, the wrong card. 2, these 3 cards waiting over here, which are a constant and perfect distraction, because I'm going to pick this card up and I'm going to say, what led you to the Queen of Hearts? Right, so now I'm asking them a question while I've lifted the card up, showed the front, showed the back, looked to them. What led you to this card? So I do this. What led you to this card? They're going to give me some meaningless answer that doesn't mean anything, but right now the move's done. The Queen's under the table. We'll get to that in a moment. I've put the 9 on the table, face down. Now I'm going over to the distraction. I've distracted them from looking at the move by talking about, why did you give me this card? They're going to give some kind of stupid, meaningless answer. But then I'm going to go straight over to these 3 cards. Both hands open, empty, clean. See, I made a prediction. I was so sure you were going to pick the 9 of clubs that I put out, the 9 of hearts, the 9 of spades, the 9 of diamonds. But as a magician, I never get a trick wrong. So when you deal me the wrong card, I switch it for the right card. Don't ever do that, by the way. Don't do the finger snap. But then at the end, we've shown that we've managed to make a trick that's gone wrong. We've managed to correct it. If they try and backtrack this, they will remember that I didn't touch the cards. My hands were empty. Apparently, they were shuffling the cards and I didn't touch them after the point. Where the hell's the Queen of Hearts? Who cares? Now, if you're still watching and you are like me, you won't do this trick. This isn't your kind of trick. So let's do my kind of trick and turn that playing card face down. We're going to have these cards removed. the nines face down. They don't see them. In fact, at the beginning when you do that, if you have a wider audience, you can show the other people 3 nines so that everybody knows what this person has to deal you. So when they're face down here, I have the 9 of clubs this time, but face down Gambler's Cup. Now I'm going to say shuffle the cards, take out any playing card, but don't look at it. So now there's a card on the table that nobody knows the identity of. These 3 cards, our prediction is going to be the distraction. I can, if I want, show people this, but then it becomes a little bit too magical. I want this to be an impossible moment. So I'm going to pick this card up. It doesn't matter which card it is. We have the 10 of hearts. I'm going to pick this card up, straight away load it into my other hand. You dealt a card from this deck, and I dealt these 3 cards first. So these 2 cards have been on the table. You dealt as the 9 of clubs. So if you see what I did, I slowly did the move whilst distracting them with either the deck or these 3 cards. I'm not looking at it, they're not looking at it because I forced them to look over here, but it looks like I've just turned that card, the 10 of hearts, face up. You took this card from this deck and I put these 3 cards out from the beginning, and look, you chose the 9 of clubs. Check my prediction. They turn them over to find the other 3 nines. There's no other card that it could have been, that I could have needed, that would have given us a 4 of kind. And yes, I know, I can hear it. I can hear you all asking, but what about this card that keeps falling to the floor? What are we going to do about that? What if they see that? How are we going to hide that card? First of all, the last tutorial that I did, I was sat down, so I was actually lapping. In this case, it's not technically lapping because I'm stood up. It's not going to fall into my lap. Now, I am about to teach the Malayans, Madison.ist, how to build the Mad Savant. Savant is basically a shelf that nobody else can see, where things can drop and land behind the table. Nobody else sees them, they don't fall to the floor. So if you want to know more about that, you want to learn that, head over to the Malayans, Madison.ist. Otherwise, do this sat down at a table. I lap constantly. I love lapping and these kind of ideas. Look back at some of my earlier tricks, maybe about 6 months ago. The French lap, I can't remember what it's called, but I'll leave a link. So let's move on and I'll show you kings for aces, the demonstration that you saw at the beginning of this video. So I have the kings on top, 4 kings on top of the deck, and the aces lost elsewhere. So I'm going to hold the deck face up like this. I've got a break out the kings in the deck. I'm going to up jog all of the aces. I'm going to take them out and put them on the table. It is very wise that you make sure your audience sees both the fronts and the backs of these playing cards, in case anybody thinks for some strange reason that there are kings printed on the back of these aces. Who would do such a thing, Charlie? So I have a break of the kings under the deck. I'm just going to shift them back into a shallow Gambler's Cup, which looks like this. Hidden perfectly for this trick in my hand here, face up. So I'm going to show the aces front and back, then I'm going to load them into my dirty hand above the palmed cards like this. Now from the front, that is completely hidden. You need to practice that in front of a mirror before you do this in front of people, obviously, but this is really, really easy to hide any amount of palm playing cards under a situation like this. What I was doing in the video demonstration was just simply taking the deck and turning it face up or face down. It serves no purpose other than distracting you for slightly making you look somewhere else while I do the move, but it's not necessary. I'm going to turn my hand this way and I'm going to push outward fingers 1 and 2 so that those cards are completely separate from the kings. Line up so they drop straight off of the edge of the table like this as I spread these cards forward. That's the mechanics, that's the move. And now we've managed to switch aces for kings. So kings in palm, aces here, spread on the table. Now I can come back, turn them over like this and reveal a mini miracle. Now a few final and very important notes. You have to be stood in a perfect position for the lapping. If you hold those cards in a Gambler's Cup, if I relax my hands, my wrist meets the edge of the table, this is perfect. Don't look at the cards when you're lapping them. Don't throw them. Don't act as if, oh, I have to get these aces down on the floor or on my lap. Don't think about this. Just get close enough so that you can let them go. When you feel your wrist at the edge of the table, you simply have to let go. Gravity will do the rest like this, and then slowly and carefully spread those cards forward. I like the idea that they're spread out a little bit because it looks like if I were to try and switch these now, it would be more and more impossible. Don't turn those cards over yourself. Invite your audience to do it. This is perfect way to show your hands empty. I've done the move, my hand's empty. Please turn these cards over one at a time. They turn them over, they see 4 kings, the cards are completely switched and you're stood there. empty-handed with nothing to hide. So that was Slap. Do this with 1 card, do it with 4 cards, build it into a card cheating gambling demonstration routine where they deal you 4 wrong cards and you switch them for a royal flush. There is an extended cut of this tutorial at Madison.ist for the Malayans. I'm now giving the Malayans 1 tutorial a week. So Malayans, I'm going to show you how to do a whole load of other stuff with the Slap switch. For now, that was Slap. I'm Daniel Madison. See you next time.
When I get in, I take a shower, read a book and feel empowered. Smoking on that sour got me counting down the hours, thinking of all the shit that they could do but won't allow us. Then I realized they all some cowards. The world is ours. Me and my brother twin like the towers, and we want it now, never later. No more favors, done with all these trades.